Hello, I'm Master Lama Rasaji, and this is our Shangri-La version of Friday Rasaji Speaks. Today, I'm happy to share with you a little bit about Sri Yukteswar, sometimes referred to as Swami G, during Sri Yukteswar, a Gira Yukteswar, and his connection to Yogananda. So, Swami G, Giri, Sri Yukteswar, was born the 10th of May in 1855 at Sriamapur in Bengal, India. Sri Yukteswar was a disciple of Lakir Mahasayar and attained the spiritual status as Jnana Avatar, which means the incarnation of wisdom. Sri Yukteswar died in March 9th, 1936. If you run those numbers together, you'll find them to be very interesting. Supposedly 80 years old, wrote The Holy Science in 1894, and it was revised recently in 2016. Some of Sri Yukteswar's famous sayings were, "A shallow or unconscious man is like the fish of little thoughts, causes much commotion." A child is born on that day, and at that hour, when the celestial rays are in a mathematical harmony with his individual karma. Remembering to surrender to finding God means the funeral of all your sorrows and shortcomings, or what the Christian world would call sin. He said, "Good manters without sincerity is like a beautiful dead lady." He remarked, on a suitable occasion, straightforwardness without civility is like a surgeon's knife, effective but very, very unpleasant. Candor and courtesy is helpful and admirable. Those who are too good for this world are inhabiting another one. His body was of muscular firm, but yet slendered and well formed. His step extremely energetic. Yukteswar attained Samadhi in Kara Ashram in Puri, India, in March 9th, 1936. Again, run those numbers. You'll find them interesting. Yukteswar means he was the manifestation of Ishvara, or he had become one with the Godhead himself, earning him the title of Swami G. Where is Sri Yukteswar buried today? With the ancient rituals of the Swamis, in the garden of his Puri ashram, his disciples later arrived far and near to honor their guru in the vernal equinox memorial service. He was the chief instructor of Parishino Yogananda, who was said to have sent him in the 1920s to the West, as young as 27 years old, to help bridge the gap between East and West in yoga teachings, which means union or yoke with the divine. He was giving credence from the city yoga lineage of his observation of the four major yugas or eras of time. It is also known that even though we are in the ascending Dharpower Yuga, which started about the 17th century and it was beginning to influence the Kali as late as 500 AD. So if you take that 1200 years from 500 AD, it would give you the 17th century. We are in the Dharpower Yuga, moving toward the Treta Yuga and then the Satya Yuga, which would be considered the golden age. But as it be with different seasons, think about it, we have fog when two different seasons fight. In other words, spring and winter, summer and fall, right? It changes. You have the same in the Yuga. In other words, part of the misunderstanding of us still being in the Kali Yuga by some is because we see such a darkness. Lama G has been telling you that darkness is running out quickly, and that's why they're like roaches coming out of the cupboard when the light in the kitchen shines on them. Well, you'll hear it first here, I'm sure. But the influence of any of the Kali Yuga into the Dharpower Yuga has now run its course when you have 325 years into the Dharpower Yuga. Let me see. That is next year. So the 24 of the dragon soaring in 24 and arriving in 25 means Dharpower Yuga next year will completely reign. And that is a balance between light and darkness. That means the dominant of darkness will be no more, and they know it. And if you understand what I'm saying, a lot of what's happening in the world today makes perfectly sense. They are running out of time. So their inner clock is like that, where the children of lights bracing their immortality is like that, right? The average height is about 5 to 6 foot during the Kali Yuga, with the average age being about 75 to 100 years old with the masses. But now we're moving deeper into the Dharpower Yuga, where that average age is going to be more like 125 to 225. For the masses, the deeper that we get into the Dharpower Yuga. But the practice of Tai Chi Gong, like we do at the Circle of Chi, especially on Shangri-La Friday, is right there. So if you're listening to this today, know that Lama G is getting ready to teach class in San Antonio on our second tour for this year. And if you haven't tapped into the live streaming, you very much probably want to do so, because we know it's filling up fast and there's less than 24 hours now to get ready for what's going to happen tomorrow, which is going to be phenomenal. Baraka Bashad, may the blessings be to you and to your glorious family. Look forward to seeing you again, right? On Saturday's version of Rasaji Speaks. God bless.